Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here. Welcome to a video all about Kitana and Jacqui, I suppose. In the recent patch, Kitana was the most changed character. Not exactly sure why. I know that Fanfare had some problems, but I mean, I play the character, so I'm all for the buffs. So I want to go through the changes with you here and just kind of talk a little bit about them and kind of what they are, what they mean, how significant they are, because some are pretty good actually. So starting with this one here. So I guess there was an issue, I never came about it, where if just the last hit was a counter, then he wouldn't get the crushing blow. So they fixed that. Pretty straightforward. This next one, Denian Strike now has one more frame of hit pause. Hit pause is not a term that I'm familiar with. So if you're out there, and you can tell me what hit pause is, I would love you forever. Phantos Amplify can now be delayed by a little bit. So you don't have to do it right away. You can wait and kind of, if you think they're going to jump over it, you can delay it for just 7 frames. No longer than that. It's not a huge window, but it is kind of helpful. Especially sometimes when they might jump over the first fan, then you can still hit them with the second one. Which is a huge buff to Fearless as well, because she relies on the zoning. So that's just kind of what she does. So, but I mean, it's useful in all variations regardless. So, reduce the combo damage scaling of Fan Lift and Fan NATO. Now I have to still test this out, so that would basically mean that like these combos do more damage. So that one does 362. Previously it did, I think, 340 something. So I don't know how much they changed it, but they changed it a little bit. I have to do more testing to know for sure. So Morale Protection buff no longer gets removed after using certain attacks. So I guess some attacks, I don't know what they were because I don't play this variation, but some attacks would make it go away, I suppose. And then you get a stacking damage buff. This is really cool. Alright, so if we do just a regular fan does 60 damage. So I'm going to get Jacqui here to spam some projectiles at me, and we're just going to reflect them so we can get that buff. There you go. Now it does 90 damage. So that's actually fairly significant, especially if she manages to get a combo that involves her fans. So just a general overall damage buff. So on Fanfare, I think is a more combo heavy variation, if I remember correctly. So that's really good for that one. So that's going to be it for Fanfare. Now we're moving on to Fearless. Alright, so we have the Denian Twist, which is a move that you guys may or may not be too familiar with. It's kind of death on block at -19, but I've been using it lately for kind of going over projectiles. Jump over the projectile and punish them with this. It's pretty good. So now they gave you extra ways to actually activate this Crushing Blow, which is a combo starter. So you can, you can either whiff your Fatal Blow and then get it while your Fatal Blow is in cooldown, or you can hit it on a counter or a punish to a low or ducking attack. Now, where you might find this handy is if you're doing like jump kicks and you get people like mashing down one after it, you just jump kick cancel into that, bam, you get a pop up. They either have to waste their meter on a breakaway or they're toast. So I think that's very handy. A couple more ways to kind of do it, you know. I really like that move. It's really fun to watch. And you actually get some pretty decent damage from it. I've been working on some kind of optimal stuff. Kind of hard to do, but I'm getting there. So that's pretty much it for Kitana. Let's talk about Jacqui now. So Jacqui got hit in the upgraded variation. And a couple small changes, but it's going to change her game plan like big time. So she's got this, the bounce, of course, that we're familiar with. And you can do away, or you can do close. But if you change it, put a direction in, it takes away a bar of defensive meter. Now, having said that, it does come back fairly fast, but, I mean, you can't just jump around anymore and just jump around. I just kind of hope for the best for your, I don't know, movement. So I think it's honestly a good change because it puts her in line with characters that have teleports that, you know, they want to teleport away. I mean, you know, you use a bar of defensive meter, you know, that's just what you pay for movement. So it's unfortunately for Jacqui players, but I think that was probably how it was supposed to be intended from the start. So I'm on board with it. I think it's a good change. And the other one, apparently, so you could do like a jump kick into this, and it would kind of negate the recovery frames on the air shrapnel. So that's been toast. Again, I don't play Jacqui, so you Jacqui players out there maybe can tell me how big this is, but I know that SCB wide turn is dropping, upgrading, and going back to first hit KO, so, or first round KO, whatever it is. So a couple small changes, but it seems to be a lot in the Jacqui community, so we'll see what your guys' opinion are. Maybe they're out to lunch, I have no idea, but I hope you enjoyed this video about Kitana and Jacqui. We'll be moving on to the next one pretty soon here with some more characters to be talked about.
I am steward of Chronicle's vision. Fate has been so cruel to you.